Hi everybody. I say hi everybody. That's for people that come back and watch it because there won't be anyone just yet. But if you are watching, I can see there's one person watching. Do say hi because I'm in bed. So I'm doing a live stream from bed because I feel really tired and I've not been feeling that great. So I really felt like I wanted to do a live stream. Hi Rich. But I also felt like I wanted to go to bed. So I kind of put the two together and this is what we've got. So yeah, live stream from bed. Here I am. This is my bed, everybody. Rich is wearing Smolto Porhom. You've mentioned that one before, Rich, and I can't remember what it's like. But you obviously like it. You seen it. I've not seen it. Anyone else watching want to say hi? Do so now. This is not going to be a long one because I am tired, genuinely. That's why I'm in bed. Rich loves Smolto. Oh, that's the one you asked me to get Dan to bring round that time. Yes, I remember. So I'm going to start with my scent of the day. And if you want to share yours, Rich has shared his. Checking out my hair, it's looking a bit strange. Rich has been dead tired recently. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's the weather or something. Something's afoot. Yeah. I've not been feeling great. I've had headaches, I've got pressure in my head. Not too bad at the moment. I just feel really dog tired. And I've got some pains when I walk, which I'm gonna get checked out. But it's a bit scary. Every time you walk to feel a sort of a sharp pain. Frag Fanatic saying coronavirus. No! Rich, headache and tired, aches. David, Dave French, hiya, aching in bed as well. Yeah, so it sounds like we're all pretty buggered, aren't we? Feeling sorry for ourselves. Now this phone is on the bed, on the tripod. So every time I move, it's gonna move. So I do apologise for that. Oh, Dave saying he's got the same bed. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see it properly. So come on, Dave. What's your scent of the day or night or both? I was wearing. Did I bring it up? No, I didn't bring it up. Rich says we're all Bulgarian. I didn't bring my bottles up, but I wore today the Cocoa Macheries Attar de Roses, which is a really beautiful, rich rose with just a bit of vanilla to sweeten it up. And on one wrist, I had Dendera. Neil's in bed with Claire. Comes oh Madonna, yes. And you wore Sandalo from Acqua di Parma. That is a really, really nice fragrance. I like that one a lot. Nothing crazy or weird, but just a very beautiful fragrance. So yeah, I wore Attar de Roses. Dave actually have on Enigma Parfum and Cologne. Just trying out Hanny's version. Sorry, I'm trying to get the comment to come back. And it's not going to. Okay, I can't get your comment back, so it's whatever, sorry. But I think you mean you're trying the Alexandria clone of it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Rich, did I mention I wore green Irish tweed in the snow the other day? My commitment to the rotation is real. Dave, I actually have on Enigma Parfum and Cologne. Oh yeah, you've repeated it and it's just disappeared that quickly. And we've got an evening all. Let me try and get these bloody comments to show up. So they flash up and then oh, here they are. Here they are. There we go. And John Snow says evening all. Hi, John. So yeah, my scent of the day was Dendera and Attar de Roses. So Dendera was here, still going even after spraying it this morning at about, what time was it? 9-10 o'clock, something like that. So it's still going quite nicely. Incensey vetiver, very dry now. And Attar de Roses, I think I resprayed in the end because it's not as long lasting, but still it's beautiful. So that was today. Today was spent on the phone trying to get in at the doctor's. I spent 2 hours on the phone just waiting for we listened to the ringing tone, so that was great. But managed to finally get through in the afternoon and saw the doctor today, and he was wearing a Ventus. So my doctor, I walked in, I followed him, so they come and get you, they come and call your name at reception. Hi Tracy, I'm just messaging you about Whispers in the Library on Insta. Oh, okay, is someone selling a bottle? Because I want it if they are. What was I saying? See, then I'm tired. Yeah, so the doctor comes and gets you, and you follow him back to his office. And I haven't seen this guy before. He's tall, dark African chap, quite nice looking. And I was getting whiffs of Aventus. Couldn't believe it. Jon Snow, Arit Mara Rich. I think you're talking to Rich there. So yeah, I was getting whiffs of Aventus, but only very faintly. And then when I got into his office, I thought, yeah, that's definitely Aventus. So we both sat down, and I just said, Aventus? And he looked at me, he's like, I'm sorry. I said, oh, are you wearing Aventus? And he said, oh yeah. He said, I thought you were talking about a pharmaceutical company. Because apparently there's some kind of pharmaceutical company called Aventus or Adventus or something like that. Anyway, he must have thought I was a bit of a weirdo, so I just told him I'm quite into fragrances. But yeah, so the doctor was wearing a Ventus, so that's great. And the office smelled very nice. So yeah, that was that. I did a oh, hi Robert, good evening. You could have waited to go live when I'm home in 5 minutes. I'll still be here in 5 minutes. Geordie Claire, your poor impression. Tracy, bit of money off on Feel Unique plus, oops, here we go, losing the bloody comments again. There must be a way. Here we go. Right. Plus usually a good percentage if you go through top cashback. Okay, I will look into that then. Kind of shouldn't be buying anything till payday though, which is well, payday's the 15th, but we get paid a bit sooner because it's the weekend, I think. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's definitely next on my list. Whispers in the Library, I love it. Yeah, so today I went for a reflexology treatment as well, which I love. I really love having reflexology done, and I think I really needed it today. And that was really nice and relaxing. And I've done a little bit of running around. I've been to Asda's, got some food, cooked myself some roast pork and some roasted veg. And I'm tired just thinking about the fact that I haven't actually done that much. And ever heard of Jean Franco Fair? I have, Rich, but I haven't tried anything. There's the one sort of, there's a freshie that's fabled that everyone loves. It used to be cheap, now it's super expensive. Hi Barbara, I'm okay. Just complaining. I'm very tired. That's why I'm in bed. Very tired today. Been having headaches and some pains and stuff. So feeling a bit sorry for myself. But I really wanted to do a live because I've got a few things actually, or a few things to smell. So Robert, let's give Robert a chance to get home. My lights are messing around. We'll give Robert a chance to get home. Robert sent me loads and loads of decants of Aaron Terence Hughes stuff. So I've just picked 2 to explore tonight because I don't want to go on too long. I've got Arabica and Slut. Arabica, I've already sprayed that on my left back of my hand, and I've got Slut on there. So I'll be talking about those in a little bit. I've got some Poison Esprit de Parfum, a miniature here. And I've also got samples of Baccarat Rouge 540, EDP and extract. I thought I might just test those side by side, just as something else to do, because Dan lent me those. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll start, I think, with the Poison then. So this was a lovely deal that I did with a fellow frag head in one of the groups. It's a beautiful, super cute little mini, and it's almost full. And it's the Esprit de Parfum, which is supposed to be actually the stronger version, somewhere between an EDP and an extract. So I'm going to do a little dab on the side of my wrist here. And the second I smelled this, when it arrived the other day, I was instantly taken back to when my mum used to wear it. I couldn't remember Rich saying minis are underrated, great way to collect. Definitely, they're great if you just want little testers of different things. For reference, they're perfect. See, my mum used to wear Poison, not for a long period, but I remember she wore Poison. I remember one of the first expensive presents me and my brother got her was Tender Poison, and we specifically chose it because we knew she liked Poison. And I don't think she wore it loads, but this is really taking me back just to those occasions when I think she might have worn it to work. I'm not sure, but I remember sort of sitting there and she'd be getting ready. It was always the smell of her hairspray. My mum's fine, by the way. She lives in France. There's always the smell of her hairspray. She always used to wear it. She'd hair texture like mine, but she'd kind of like blow it out and puff it up even more, and it'd be like really frizzy. And then she'd spray a ton of hairspray on it to keep it all in place. So when my mum got ready, there was always the smell of hairspray and the perfume and the Poison smell, particularly this, the Esprit, has taken me back to sort of hanging around my mum while she's getting ready, getting on her nerves, you know. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it, and I didn't think Poison was something I would particularly want to wear. Barbara says, I wish every fragrance had a mini version. Yeah, that would be so nice. And they're so pretty and cute. But Poison, yeah, it's not as toxic as I imagined. I thought it was going to be maybe too much tuberose, too loud. I mean, it is loud, but it's actually darker than I imagined. It's very incensey. I had one of my colleagues at work smell it, and he said, oh, that reminds me of something, Joss Sticks. And I can see where he's coming from. I think it's almost a niche smelling in this day and age. I think if I went out wearing Poison, people would probably just think I'm wearing a niche fragrance rather than think I smell old-fashioned. So I'll be exploring the Poisons. I've got a vintage decant. I've actually got a vintage bottle coming in the post. And I've got a little bit of current formula. So I'm going to do some kind of side by side on all three. So the Esprit, the vintage and the current formula, to see the differences. So I'll definitely do a video on that. But shall we smell the Baccarat Rouges, the extract versus the Eau De Parfum? So there's the samples. So I think, because this paper is very absorbent, I'm just going to spray it into the paper here. So this one is the Eau De Parfum. Just double check it's Eau De Parfum on the sample thing. So yeah, this is the Eau De Parfum. Most people now know how Baccarat Rouge smells. I have to be honest, I've smelt it a lot in shops or on people, or sometimes I'm assuming it's what I'm smelling on people. And Rich says, I think MFK's EDPs are better than his extracts. But I've never really explored this fragrance. I haven't worn it. I'm slightly put off by the excess of that sugary candy floss. It's nice, but it's the kind of smell I would expect a 12-year-old to want to smell like. It's just a bit too sugary. So it smells a little bit like caramel and candy floss. Sean Brown, can't stand Baccarat Rouge. It smells dry to me. Yeah, it is quite dry. It smells like treats at the fair, like popcorn, candy floss, toffee apples. I don't get any contrast here. I'm getting all the sugary stuff, but I'm not really getting anything to cut through it. Maybe that comes in time, but certainly for now, it's like candy floss, caramel. That's kind of it. Sugary treats. So let's see if the extract has any differences or any obvious differences on the paper. So here's the extract. If anything, it's slightly brighter, which you wouldn't expect from an extract, but that might just be my imagination. This smells a bit orangey, which I didn't really pick up from this. I don't actually know the notes. I'll see if they're on here. Just so rich, we will talk. Ordered a little. Raphael, missed the Arabica review. I had it and didn't like it at all. Yes, we haven't missed my review because I haven't started yet, if that's what you mean. Just at the moment, testing Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP versus extract. I feel like the extract is not quite as sweet. Like it's a bit, there's a bit of musk. It's a little bit orangey. It's a little bit brighter. Yeah, at the moment, I prefer the extract, but I wouldn't say there's a lot in it. But this just, the extract feels a little more fresher. There's some more natural elements to it. Oh, let's see, we have got notes here. So the EDP says it lays on the skin like an amber floral and woody breeze, a poetic alchemy where aerial notes of jasmine and radiance of saffron carry mineral facets of ambergris and woody tones of freshly cut wood, cedar wood. Maybe that's all sitting underneath a massive pile of candy floss. I can kind of understand that there's going to be some woodsy things sitting underneath clean woods. I think I just have an association with ethyl maltol, which is in these. So that's the candy floss smell. To me, in my head, translates as cheap. Whether that's snobby or what, I don't know. But it translates as cheap and it translates as synthetic, which of course it is. It's synthetic. Yeah, I'd just say the extract just feels slightly fresher, slightly more woodsy. So let's read the notes on the extract. Jasmine blossoms, woody musks. Just as jasmine blossoms and woody musks engage in an alchemy of the senses, profusion and fusion of the elements that can only be tamed by the art of the perfumer and time-tested wisdom. I smell something and it's not candy floss anymore. Yeah. I'd say there's not a great deal in it. But the extract just pips it a little bit because it's not quite as sweet. Hi Robert, so we've been waiting for you. So I've just been testing Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP versus extract. I'm kind of done with that. I might go in more depth on a recorded video later on. I've got some Burberry Her, which is quite similar, or certainly has a big overdose of ethyl maltol in it and gets compared to Baccarat Rouge. So I think I'm going to do a video with the Burberry Her and these two. Tafted, I can't quite read that, sorry. Let me Let me scroll back. Tafted 1969. Starting to look forward to your videos. Well done, by the way. My wife smelled this blind on a lady at the mall and instantly knew what it was. So I have yet to smell it, but I'm curious. Ah, it's got a very distinctive scent to it. Jon Snow, that's a fair one. Oh, we're talking to Rich. Right, so we've done the Baccarat Rouges and I've had a little sniff of Poison Esprit. So that means we are going to do the Terence Hughes fragrances. So I've only got the 2 up here because, as I said earlier, I'm going to keep it pretty short tonight because I'm knackered. I'm so tired. So we're just going to do these 2 and then I'll call it a night. But I have got some info or something for you. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a live on the Facebook group Oh My Soul. If you're not a member of that group and you want to be, just go and make a request. It's called O as in EAU, Oh My Soul, as in SOUL, I think. Yeah, must be. And that's the group run by Christy Long, who many of you will probably know from Instagram. She goes under the handle of Oh My Soul on Instagram, very prolific in frag.com, and she runs a very friendly, nice group, and has invited me on to do a live stream. So the other day there was Wafts from the Loft over at on the weekend. Wafts from the Loft did a live stream, and she sometimes has perfumers on. She's had Dava from the Fragrance Bros on. She's had Dusita, Parfums Dusita, Prisara, and many other wonderful people. So for some reason, I think she's run out of wonderful people and she's invited me on. So, oh, Mr. Oz was on it. Yes. Rich hates Facebook. That's fair enough. So I'll be doing a live tomorrow night. I think it's going to be about 8 p.m. The Facebook group's called Oh My Soul. I'm going to be talking, haven't really kind of decided exactly what the theme's going to be, but Christy suggested I talk about female reviewers and what it's like to be a female reviewer in frag.com. I'll probably add to that, I'll probably bring some frags to smell because that's what I like to do as well. So it'd be really nice if any of the ladies that entered the Robes 08 contest, if you want to join the group, it'd be lovely if you join in that chat tomorrow night if you can. And anyone else really, could be a nice little chat. But for tonight, I am keeping it pretty short because, as I said, I'm tired and I get tetchy when I'm tired. So also I'm not eating carbs. So yeah. Right then, so we are testing. So Robert messaged me earlier to say I need to hurry up to test Arabica because Aaron's going to be selling that one. It's going to be in his shop, I think Saturday. I'm not sure, Wednesday or Saturday, because I think he opens his shop up online Saturdays and Wednesdays. So Arabica is this one here. Obviously it has a note of coffee because Arabica coffee. I actually bought some, oh God, let me tell you about my coffee incident today, which is not that fun really. Saturday, so the shop's going to be open Saturday. You can purchase Arabica. I went to Asda's and I bought some coffee and I picked up 2 bags because it was buy 2 for a £5 or something, and to put in my smeg machine. So it has to be already ground, and I didn't look properly. So when I opened up the first bag, which was Arabica, so that's what made me think of that, I actually saw it said 100% Arabica, and so I bought that specifically because this was in my head. Anyway, it turned out to be beans that hadn't been grounded, so I don't know what to do with them. If anyone knows what use, because I can't take it back because I've opened the bag now. So if anyone has any idea what I can do with a full bag of coffee beans, let me know. So yeah, I sprayed Arabica on my hand just before I went live. So I'm guessing, I don't know how long we've been going, 25 minutes. So half an hour then, because it was a few minutes before we went live, I sprayed Arabica, and I'm just going to do a respray on this post-it note that I have pre-made here. I made these post-it notes with my own trees and glue. So let's spray Arabica onto the paper, and I'm going to talk about the opening notes. Now, I actually don't know. I did have a quick look and I saw that there's lavender and coffee. I can't remember what else. So the initial blast to me is quite woody, and then it's like a woody, very intense woods, and then instantly lavender, like a lavender bush, in, you know, herbal, aromatic, green, a bit bitter, full on lavender. Like lavender's completely overtaken at the moment. And that's mostly what I get in the opening. So let's go to the half an hour point here. And that's completely different now. So I can see how that's coffee. But it also smells really smooth. And I don't know if there's some kind of spice, like, or something like cardamom. It's quite dry. It's dry. The lavender's subsided quite a lot. It's smooth. I'm guessing there's a bit of coumarin in here, giving it just a tiny bit of like an almost almond-like thing. Or hay-like even. Yeah, I can still smell the lavender. It's just not as intense as it was in the opening. But it's quite smooth. It's got that like a lotion kind of feel. I'm not specifically smelling coffee. But quite often with coffee scents, I don't always really get the coffee. I don't know why. I get it in Intense Cafe, and loads of people say they don't. Ah, David, hello, evening. Robert says it's coffee tincture, tobacco and Spanish lavender. I think it's the tobacco that's giving it that really smooth feel. I'm guessing it's tobacco leaf. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite nice. I can't figure out. It doesn't feel like it leans particularly female or male. Raphael says it feels to be rough and unpolished. I think the opening is a bit harsh because it's this just blast of green herbal lavender. But there is a smoothness now. I mean, obviously, I don't know how this is going to develop further. It's kind of woods. There's a woodsy thing coming through. The kind of woods that you get in a lot of designer fragrances these days, you know, like the Ambroxan, the dry, in your face kind of loud woods. It feels like that's coming through. Yeah, very dry, really dry. Ooh. Robert, I make it with coffee beans and alcohol so you get real coffee note. Oh, I think that's copy and paste. Okay. Maybe I should send my coffee beans off to Aaron. Or make my own coffee tincture. I think I can smell something a bit like coffee coming through. It's kind of bitter. That bitterness that coffee's got. Like, it's totally an unsweetened, and it's not milky. It's... Oh, here comes Sweetie. Can you hear her? You didn't get coffee at all, Raphael. Yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself, to be completely honest with you. I definitely get something bitter and dark, and it's definitely very dry. Don't know what the cat's doing, but she's running around. Come on then, sweetie. Come on. Let's try the paper again. He's more polished it now, is he? Only put it out as a freebie. Okay, so this is what he sent out as a freebie, and he's since tinkered with it a little bit. Jon Snow, you got a pestle and mortar. That's exactly, so when she jumps up, that's exactly what I was thinking today, but I don't think I've got the power. Come on then. Come on. I don't think I've got the arm power to be pestle and mortar in a whole load of coffee beans. Oh, here comes Sweetie. Yeah, she is fuming that I'm ignoring her, Rich. Right then, Sweetie, do you want to say hello to everyone? Come on, babes. Come on. Ooh, here we go. That's it. Come on. There she is. There she is. Sweetie's in the house. You all right, baby? Oh, so now she's going to knock everything. She's going to knock the camera. Oh, there she goes. Sweetie. Go and have a sleep. Have a little sleep. So, I think that's Arabica for now. It's got a very musky, fuzzy feel of the skin. Yeah. Not sure it's quite my thing. It's probably not sweet enough for my taste. So there is a little bit of sweetness coming through. But I'm not sure I'm keen on the woodsy notes in this. But I can see why Robert loves it. I can see why some people will enjoy that. Right, so let's move on to slut. Because let's face it, what kind of woman invites everyone into her bed? Yes, that's right. I'm a slut. So this is the decant that Robert sent me. And I sprayed it on my hand earlier. But let's spray a post-it note. It's pre-prepared, personalised, custom post-it note to get the opening notes. I really wanted to love this one because I want to wear slut and have people ask me what I'm wearing. Songs, lyrics, hello, and Jasmine, just in time. Hi, Jasmine. Woo! So, slut, when you first spray it. Hiya, Lizzie. When you first spray slut, this sounds mental, doesn't it? When you first spray slut, I'm overwhelmed by the petitgrain and the neroli. The fragrance is bitter, green, and kind of sharp. It's like you've just taken the essential oils of petitgrain, neroli, and kind of that's it to start with. That's what it smells like. Petitgrain and neroli, you know, just like poured the essential oils together, and you've just got this blast of sharp, bitter, green, almost like stinging nettles. When I smell neroli as an essential oil, to me it always reminds me of stinging nettles. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Lizzie, I've got Filth by ATH. It's a beast bomb, but it's super sexy. I'll send you a sample if you're interested. Oh, yes, please. I think, yeah, I've got Filth XXL. I haven't tried Filth yet. And yeah, so the opening is very bitter, sharp neroli and petitgrain. Now on my hand, we're now at least half an hour, 35 minutes in, and a lot of that has burnt off. It still smells green, but now I think probably it's the patchouli that's coming through, and there's supposed to be an element of something a little bit dirty in here. And I think there's supposed to be civet in here, obviously not real civet. And I can kind of see that, but to me it's almost like the dirt from the earth rather than a dirty, sexy smell. Uh, it's like petitgrain covered in dirt from underneath the tree. It's like you took the branches of the tree and you got them covered in the dry dirt from the forest floor. I think there is a hint of something a little bit animalic, which I'm guessing is the civet, but it's not overpowering. It's not, if you're afraid of animalic fragrances, I don't think you need to be afraid of this one, as long as you like a little bit of earthiness. Yes, it has a bit of orangey smell, which we would get with petitgrain and neroli because they both come from the orange tree. It's got a sharpness to it. It feels like a summer, the kind of fragrance that you would pick in the summer. Very like slap you in the face and wake you up kind of thing. Not a lot of sweetness here, which usually citruses are also usually sweet, but to me this isn't that sweet. It's more bitter. Like you could drink this with some ice cubes and some sprigs of mint, maybe just a bit of gin or something as well, but yeah. It's interesting. It's very aromatic. It's quite a sharp jump from the opening to where it's got to now. I mean, that opening, on the paper, the opening's more citrusy. Have I smelled Month Fresh? Is that Healy? I'm not sure. I might have smelt it briefly. Yeah, the opening is very, very fresh. On the paper, it's now getting some hints of the actual citrus fruits rather than just the green petitgrain and the green bitter neroli. There's a little bit of some citrusy fruits here. If you asked me to say what they were, I would probably guess at bergamot, lemon and orange. But they're kind of just, you know, that universal citrus accord kind of thing. Definitely still got lots of the petitgrain, lots of neroli. But it's crazy how quickly it changes. So this is not one of those gentle, very well blended, smooth, changing fragrance. It's like kind of it's jumpy. So it's kind of jumped from one spot to another quite quickly. Even now it's changing again. Top notes, neroli, sweet orange, lemon, bergamot. Middle notes, petitgrain, jasmine, sambac. Base notes, patchouli, ambergris, musk and filth. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of that woodsy accord that I felt was in Arabica. Arabica sweetened up on my hand actually quite a lot. Yeah, I'm getting sort of an accord of some woods coming through, sort of, you know, the modern men's woods thing. But it's not too strong at the moment. It's not taking over. It's a little bit musky, not in a necessarily dirty way. And there's, again, there's a bit of a fluffiness, fuzziness coming from it. Users is saying, let me just find your comment, sorry. Hi users, I have no idea what does Aaron mean when he says sex notes. So I hope he's not tincturing his own man juice. Yeah, I could save him a fortune on ambergris. Yeah, slut, I think if you like your freshies and you like them a little bit more complex than the average freshie, it might be worth investigating. Sorry, users, Lizzie, just eating Chinese takeaway now. I feel like drinking a gallon of water. It's so unhealthy. I just thought I'd share that. Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that I'd put you off your dinner then, Lizzie. Yeah, there's salt in that. You need more than a gallon of water, I think. Yeah, so this is massively changing very, very quickly, Slut. It's very woodsy now. It's losing the citrus elements quite quickly. I mean, they're still there, but then they're like way in the background now. And these are the ones that don't have natural ambergris. If I remember Robert telling me, these are from before he started putting ambergris in his fragrances. So if you were to try them now, they might have a slight difference. So yeah, I'm getting quite a lot of woodsiness now. It does feel like that kind of modern sort of quite a few synthetic wood notes in here, which I think will appeal to people that like the more designer masculine fragrances, that are more comfortable with that. These would be like a step into the niche arena without having to go too weird. I thought Slut might be a bit weirder. I mean, maybe it will be later, but at the moment it's not. And Arabica, to me, it's quite smooth, fuzzy, a little bit sweet. It's got the texture of peach fuzz. I can see that appealing to quite a few people. It's aimed to draw you in with the fresh notes and quickly change masculine man juice area where you both go. Oh, where you both go home. Ah, okay. Yeah. So I think that is that for now, because I'm very tired, and I might just quickly go back to the Baccarat Rouges just to see how they've changed. So the Eau De Parfum, I sprayed it in here. It's still intensely sweet. I'm sorry, I know quite a few of you are really liking this fragrance. It's just richly sweet candy. It's like condensed candy floss. That's the EDP. And the extract is only slightly different. Maybe not even that different at all. It might be that I sprayed a bit more of the EDP, because there's not much in it at all. I'm buggered if I can tell much difference now. It did feel like the extract was fresher, muskier, and a bit orangey. And now I really can't tell the difference. Ooh. So, and I'm actually running out of battery as well on my phone. So I think I am going to call it quits. That was just a quickie for you. I took you to bed and we had a quickie. So you can call me a slut if you want. Lizzie says, so weird. I literally tried the extract recently. I couldn't stop sniffing after all the hype, and I've slightly fallen for it. It's so much smoother on my skin than the Parfum. Okay. Oh, the Eau De Parfum, you mean? I probably should give them some skin time and not judge them just yet. But yeah, I don't know if I want to wear them on my skin because I find them too sweet, and I think that I would get annoyed. But I could just do like the end of my arm, which is sometimes known as a hand. Fuck's sake, I think I need to sleep. Yeah, I think I will test both of them on skin side by side, along with Burberry Her. I think it's Burberry Her or Burberry Her Intense, to see what I think are the differences. John says, I'm not a lover of the opening because I don't love neroli, but it does thankfully develop and change on me quite a lot. Like you say, the patchouli and jasmine darkens it to me, makes it quite sexy. Okay, that's Slut we're talking about. Jasmine says, have a good rest. Thank you, Jasmine. And yeah, I think that is it. I am going to call it a night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in bed tonight. Don't forget to, if you like these kind of videos where I take you to bed or I take you for a bath or whatever, I mean, who knows what I'll come up with next, but if you like these videos, do give them a little like here and there. It gives me a little ego boost. So don't forget, Own My Soul tomorrow on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, join me, join the group Own My Soul, and watch me do a live with a different audience. So that'll be fun. Night, everyone.